They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. To throw is Mitchell on 1st and 10. And that's out to the flat for Swift. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Mitchell throwing on 1st down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
A confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wentz. He's got his target. That's Zach Pascal. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
A gain of 6 there on first.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Back to the same target, Campbell.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Taylor, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hand.
It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Chris Barnes. And the Lions will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, Mitchell. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Mitchell. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
No score after one on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Touchdown! That's caught. T.J. Hockenson, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Through the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot. You're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Mitchell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And this one taken in by Cephas. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The give to Taylor. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off at the 45. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
Looking to throw. Mitchell. Escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
This is caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Mitchell. And this is going to be incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
The offense is going to stay out there. We'll see what the play call is. They need to find the right one here on 4th and goal. Tried the hard count, but to no avail.
Trying to do anything to get them to jump off sides and pick up a 1st down easily. Instead, it goes against them.
Seibert's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to add on to their first half lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Lions 24, Colts nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own
25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. And he'll find Pittman. And he'll be taken down with a first down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now a play fake. Wentz. That is caught. Michael Pittman with it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to run with Taylor, and he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Pettis now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Mitchell now on 1st down. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Mitchell. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run here with Taylor. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 2nd and goal, Wentz. Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. Michael Pittman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Blankenship out for the point after. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Pettis now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The final shot before break. Mitchell. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
34's the mic. 34's the mic. He's kind of checking.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Mike 34, Mike 34. I got you.
82.
Now Wentz. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. On the return is Pettis. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a toss play right to Swift. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. 2nd down at 4. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Aleem McNeil, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing just about on his own goal line. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now Mitchell to throw on 3rd down. He gets this complete to Cephas, and he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Mitchell on 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
To throw is Mitchell. Looking to throw on second down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now a play fake here on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
He's made plenty of plays throughout this game, pressing the ball downfield to the tune of 4 touchdown passes. Was shooting for a 5th there. That one came up incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. I love plays like that. A defensive lineman holding the football. It's like a kid who stole a cookie from the cookie jar, and then he's just fleeing the scene of the crime.
And all he's doing in his mind, reliving his days when he was young, probably played fullback on his high school team, always wanted to be the tailback carrying the ball, trying his best to lug that bad boy the distance.
Pretty impressive pick there off the screen, and then a nice return.
You know, nowadays, they do more ball drills with the big guys than ever before because they want to take possessions away from the offense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Pettis now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Mitchell. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. A gain of 6 there on first. To throw again on second down. Wentz. This goes out right to Doyle. Touchdown, Colts! Jack Doyle, his first touchdown of the year. And the Colts have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Pettis now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
They go play action here on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are right back in this football game. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. 83 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Chris Barnes able to get him for a loss of about 3. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Wentz got to have this one. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Rolling to his right. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Back to throw. Mitchell. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Back to throw, Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. One final try now for Wentz. One last shot at the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Charles, we saw a lot.